Justice is the fulfillment of the law. Every kingdom has its own values and principles. The beatitudes were the principles Jesus presented as the basics of God's kingdom that he learned from the Father. After giving the beatitudes of God's kingdom, Jesus says, "I have come not to abolish the law, but to fulfill." Jews believed that they were ruled by their God, Yahweh. The law had the principles they had to follow. The law was given as a choice between life and death, that following the law they would live. Unfortunately, only some had the privilege of observing the law to its letter, in its strictest sense. Only they were able to spend money for costly sacrifices and preside over festivals. These made them righteous and religious men in the society. Those who interpreted the law had done so to the effect that even their own evil doings might be justified, and they were seen as the only righteous ones. Throughout the messages of the Sermon on the Mount, there is something that alerts us. If your righteousness does not surpass the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. The purpose of the law is righteousness. The law ensures freedom of the children of God. The law aims at justice that offers life in every sense. Jesus completes that in following the law. So, fulfilling the law for Jesus was not being strict to the letters, but establishing righteousness. He accepted the neglected, embraced the blacklisted, justified those who were called sinners, held dear those who were of no value and status. These very people were not just kept at a distance by the Pharisees, but were hated by these holy men. But they had the surety that they were strictly following the law. Being strict to the law, they were empty of life that the law aimed for. Misinterpreting the law, they were serving injustice. They were blind to the fact that holiness necessarily involved mercy and justice. Jesus called them blind fools and hypocrites. In fact, they were breaking the law and becoming a hindrance in the completion of the law. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. They thought of themselves as the first, but in fact, they were the last. Do we try to strictly follow the law or seek to fulfill the law? Do we seek justice or cover those responsibilities in safe piety? We have not surpassed the righteousness of the Pharisees. Does our righteousness keep us in an elite status and condemn others as poor, cursed, unnatural, abnormal, and sinful? Does that condemnation make us feel that we are strictly following true faith? We will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Fulfillment of the law is that they may have life. Raising one of the least to life will be considered great in the kingdom of God. There is the freedom of the children of God, the fulfillment of the law.